everyone! So, last week I decided to take a break from posting my top 10 video because I wasn't feeling that well. But this week I am back and it's going to be all about my favorite Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. I've been a huge fan of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen since their Full House days, and I loved all their movies. I mean, who didn't? I mean, I know a lot of people didn't, but it was just one of those. It was like they did everything that you would want to do. So when I was younger, one of my best friends and I would always have like a Mary-Kate and Ashley marathon, which we pretty much watched the same 3 movies all the time, but we loved them. And I actually sort of have a bucket list where I want to go everywhere they went to. Like, they went to Australia, Rome, Bahamas. The Bahamas is like the #1 place I actually really want to go to. They've been to London and all these other awesome places, and because of them, I want to go there. So let's see what made my top 10 favorite and what order they are in, because this was hard to choose the order of. But here we go. New York Minute was their last movie together, which I'm kind of sad. It's a bittersweet movie because it was their last one, but I also enjoyed it because they were in New York and they were trying to run away from the detective that was going after one of them, while the other one was, it was like the typical, she was the smart one and doing the thing, and she had to help out her sister. One thing I love about these movies is it's always about sisterhood, and New York Minute was definitely about that. Sad it was the last one. Maybe one day they'll come back together and do a movie. I highly doubt it, but New York Minute. Billboard Dad. That was such a cute movie. It was basically, they wanted their dad to start dating. They wanted him to fall back in love with someone. And what better way to do that than put your dad on a billboard and put his phone number and the address. I mean, perfect way. But now you have online dating, so that would be interesting if someone did like a remake of it in a modern version. But yeah, Billboard Dad was adorable. I loved it, and it was just funny seeing the dad on the billboard. So yeah. It Takes Two. I know a lot of people have this movie probably higher up, but I still loved it, and it was basically like The Parent Trap, except they weren't related. They just happened to be two people that looked alike, and they switched places. Only it was not to have the people that were taking care of them, like the father and I think the orphanage, and person who ran the orphanage. It wasn't to have them fall in love. It was just being able to understand where each one of them came from. But then they ended up falling in love anyway, which was also kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, how awesome would it be to run into someone that looked exactly like you? Be a little weird at first, though. Be a little weird. Especially if you guys aren't related. That'd be a little weird. I'm sure it was. Our lips are sealed. So this is the Australia. They were witnesses to a crime, so they had to go to witness protection program, and they always blew it. So I think they went to like 10 different places, and they finally ended up in Australia. And they made friends, and they actually kept their lips sealed for this time. And then but then they realize the people they saw do the crime are in Australia. So they have to, tell the police and try and stop them from committing another crime. But I loved it because it was in Australia. Definitely one of my bucket list points. And yeah, our lips are sealed. Switching goals is another. I mean, if you have a twin, why not use it to an advantage and switch, right? I mean, Tia and Tamara did it in their show. I think that would be kind of cool, and just to see if people notice. So Switching Goals was another cute movie where it's all about soccer, and you had the talented. It seems like it was always a tomboy versus girly girl. Like there was always one that was a tomboy and one that was a girly girl, and the tomboy was very good at soccer, and the other one wasn't. And their dad was the coach, but he only picked one girl because someone else picked the talented one, and they ended up switching, made his team better, made the other team not. It was fun. It was cute. I loved it. Switching goals, and the non-talented one ended up winning the game anyway. The challenge, I love the challenge because it was basically Survivor, and I love Survivor. Yes, I love Survivor. And this one was kind of different because usually all the movies, they were living together or they were friendly with one another or whatever. But the challenge was about the two sisters that of divorced parents, and one lived here and one lived somewhere else, and they weren't close. And so the challenge was all about them reconnecting as well as trying to win scholarships for themselves for school. And I also loved the ending because it's sort of like at the end of like every movie they go be Mary Kate and Ashley. And I loved this ending because all the boys that played their love interest came and was like trying to win them over. And they were like, you guys are our love interest. We don't have real romantic feelings for you. I think it was hysterical. When in Rome, I think originally it was probably my number one favorite for a while, because it was just they were interning in Rome. One right there, that'd be amazing. And they were fashion interns, something that I could see them doing as well, because now they run this and own this major fashion corporation in reality, and I feel like, and it was also one of those movies where the owner is getting like cut by someone they know and trust. So it was important for them to figure out how to help the owner without getting caught, but getting caught, and they were kicked out, but then the owner brought them back, and know what I mean? But yeah, When in Rome was definitely one of my favorites for a while. Everyone wants to do a road trip, and especially at 16 years old. So getting there was also, for a while, my number one favorite. And I loved it because they were going on a road trip with their friends, and they were like racing their guide friends to get there. But everything that went wrong for them went wrong for them. Car got stolen, or towed away. They ended up in the wrong place when they were on the plane. They ended up on the wrong bus. So it's like everything that went wrong, like I said, went wrong. Okay? It all went wrong. And it was all about them going to see the Winter Olympics in Utah. And they eventually get there, and all in all, it ends up well. They make a new friend who helps them out. And, yeah. Road trip, baby. I always want to go on a road trip, so That's another bucket list, is to go on a road trip. Holiday in the Sun, the Bahamas. You probably are thinking this isn't your number one, but at the beginning you said the Bahamas. The Bahamas is the number one place I want to go from their movies. But Holiday in the Sun, I love this movie, and I feel like I don't really have. It's probably because of the Bahamas, but it was one of those where they, of course, every movie they have love interest, but it was all about their love interest, but also helping one of their love interests out of jail, or they ended up in jail, because he was helping out someone else who ended up being a really, really bad guy. So they ended up having to help, I think, Jordan out, because he didn't deserve to be in jail. He had no idea what was going on, you know? He just happened to be there. But yeah, Holiday in the Sun, the Bahamas, and family vacation. Love it. Great movie. Winning London is my all-time favorite Mary-Kate and Ashley movie. I don't think I really have an honest, true behind reason why. All I know is when I was younger, I would literally watch this movie every weekend in my room. Like, I wouldn't even take it out of my, VCR. I wouldn't even take it out of my VCR. I would just click the play button and play it. Because I would watch it literally every Saturday morning or every Sunday morning. And I was actually late to this one. I didn't even know about Winning London until I think when ABC Family had a Mary-Kate and Ashley marathon, and I watched it, and I was like, how did I not know this movie? But yeah, they're in London. They are, I think, United Nations kids, where they have this competition. There are different countries, and they ended up getting London because someone already had Chad, or not Chad, another country. So they ended up with London, and get a tour by a very handsome but enemy because he's on another country. But you know the Olsen twins, they fall in love wherever, and it was also another. She was in love with her mom's best friend's son, and he had no idea. But in the end, they ended up together. But yeah, Winning London definitely is my number one. So yep, there we have it. My top 10 Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. They did have other movies that I enjoyed, but these were definitely my favorites. So what were yours? I know we'll probably have a bunch of little different order and everything. But what was yours, and why did you enjoy Mary-Kate and Ashley? Like, is there like a real legit reason, or did we just love the feeling and just enjoy them on the show, on the movies and the shows? So yeah, Mary-Kate and Ashley, love you girls, and wish you guys would do at least one movie or a cameo in Fuller House. Now that Aunt Becky is out, maybe you'll be in. Maybe? Who knows? So there we have it. This week's my top 10. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all guys next week. So yeah.